Evening all. I don't have a huge amount to show you this evening, but what I am going to do is give you a bit of a rundown of the progress I've made over the past week. Now, as of last webinar, I was still pretty directionless with my idea. I've toyed with the idea of producing like some form of consultancy framework, but I hadn't really come up with any concrete way of reaching that goal. So what I've done over the past couple of days is sit down with pen and paper and actually draw up a bit of a Gantt chart. Now, what I will say is this is set to change, but as Gareth said to me earlier today, in the kingdom of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. There's the Gantt chart. Going to give you a quick rundown of what I've actually got in there. So, number one, produce the Gantt chart. That's done. Number two, produce a show and tell video. We're on our way. Okay, so I just tried to do a full rundown of the Gantt chart. There was way too much stuff. It was getting really boring. It was like 6 minutes long. So I'm going to give you a quick version instead. The main things are doing some comparative analysis on the other consultancies in the West Midlands area. I'm going to do a bit of preliminary research. I'm going to a UX meet. I've spoke to a couple of the UX consultants that are already attending. They've agreed to do some interviews with me. Basically, what I'm going to do is figure out what their application of best practice is and try and follow suit, I suppose. That'll all kind of tie together into a proposal for delivering some consultancy. And then I'm actually going to take advantage of my partner's business. Essentially, what I'm going to do is produce a kind of an e-commerce platform that's appropriate for her branding and her audience, and then flesh it out with business model that fits. I'll write that up almost like ethnographic research, but then I'll also produce kind of a framework for consultancy off the back of that as well. Yeah, that's the gist of it. And if we do another show and tell, I'll come back and I'll tell you about how all of that went down the pan.